This is The Front Stretch on AM 590. Brought to you by Joe's Karting. Online at joeskarting.com.
Well, we're headed into turn 4 here on The Front Stretch. Salvage by Koziski Auto Parts. Looking for quality used parts to get your car or truck back on the road. Give an experienced salesperson a call today at Koziski Auto Parts, 731-4592. You can also give them a call at 50th and I Street. Give Andrew and any one of the experienced salespeople a call today at Koziski Auto Parts, Team PRP. I got to ask, the week of the Silver Dollar Nationals, was there really anybody left at work?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. On Friday, I was like the manager, I guess you could call it there. I felt pretty proud of myself because there was only like half our employees were gone. It was basically we were dead.
I know your dad started camping at I-80 on Thursday?
Yeah, he was waking up at 6 in the morning. He'd come home about 12, and he was just, I never saw him at all.
Yeah, you actually had some of the big boys and a lot of the fans showing up the Sunday prior.
Yeah, well, a lot of people ran at Grand Island and were staying there, but Steve Francis showed up Sunday. A lot of them went to S&S, which is right across the street, and they were just hanging out there, getting their trucks redone up and everything, which is big for S&S too. That's pretty cool because it's weird to think that one of the biggest truck and trailer companies is right out of Greenwood, Nebraska. I mean, it doesn't look like nothing big, but
Greenwood where?
Yeah, it's like it's so weird to notice that.
So the Silver Dollar Nationals kicked off on Thursday night with qualifying and.
No, it was just like a preliminary night. It was just kind of a weekly special, and then the big dogs had to come in and practice. We just did a Hornet. It was a Hornet, B-Mods, and the SLMR had a race that night, and then the big dogs practiced with us.
And I tell you what, we raced Thursday night, but one of the neat things about Thursday night was watching the big dogs be able to, just lay it all out there in the wind, just, run them wide open Thursday night in practice. That was really neat to see. I mean, I was there till 2 o'clock in the morning for, reasons otherwise, but I mean, it was fun to see them run.
Well, Bud, let's start with your incident. What happened before we talk Silver Dollar? What happened Thursday night? I honestly don't know what happened. I missed it.
Your dad said it was one of the oddest things he's ever seen in racing. The car felt pretty good in the hot laps. In the heat race, we didn't do too well. We finished way in the back, but we didn't have enough B mods for a B feature, so everybody's in the A feature, which is fine. We weren't really looking forward to win the A feature because, we haven't been in there all year, really. So I told him, look, if we can get a top 10, we'll be fine. Well, we started 17th in the feature, and with about 12 laps left to go, I'm running 10th, and I'm coming through the field, and I'm going down the back straightaway on the inside. This guy's in the middle of the field going down the back straightaway and going into turn 3 for whatever reason. He decides that he's just going to slow way, way down and just mosey into the pits all of a sudden. So he turned and did a 90-degree left-hand turn right in front of me when I was on the throttle, and my right front went into his left rear. I about shot his rear end right out of the right side of his car like a missile, completely destroyed his car, about flipped mine, and then completely bent, twisted, lowered, pushed up, did anything and everything to my chassis that you can think of. And I was pretty upset. I didn't scream, holler, chew any of the officials out. I was knocked out.
No Kurt Busch incident again?
Believe it or not, no Kurt Busch incident.
I don't believe it.
No, I seriously.
Maybe while you were knocked out, you were having an incident in your head.
No, and I was only knocked out for a minute or two. It's not like I was out forever, but I came to. What was really more heartbreaking is that we were sitting 5th in points at Denison, and I knew I had to race the following night, and I told the guys, I was like, it is what it is. I made the choice to come out here. Anytime you go to a dirt track, you can potentially get wrecked, and so it is what it is. And my crew members, God bless them, they stayed till 2 in the morning, got the car on wheels, and we got the car fired back up, and well, the left rear hiked up, it drove, and it turned right and left, so we went racing Friday night. But yes, Thursday night was kind of a heartbreaker.
And if we could interject a little bit, what the hell did you do to your car on Friday night?
What do you mean?
The streamers.
Pink streamers.
You got to be kidding me.
Oh, no.
Are you really?
Not 2 foot long.
You don't expect that from Bud.
Lots of them.
He calls me and he sends me a text message. He goes, wait till you see what I did to the car for the feature event, which we got to talk about what happened to you during your heat race on Friday night at Crawford. But
my heat race?
Drive off the track again?
Literally the heat race. No, he was just...
This weekend in racing overall in 20 years was interesting. I'm knocked out Thursday night, and I have the song, the Johnny Cash song, The Burning Ring of Fire in my head because a guy's right rear hub blew up going into turn 3, and he threw out a 40-foot rooster tail of fire, and I drove straight through that.
It was a giant. You didn't drive straight through it, but you were right behind it. There was a giant wall of fire in the middle of turn 4, and here comes Bud on the brakes, and he missed it, but you had to have felt some heat off that because
it was hot.
It was huge.
I'm going to tell you right now, we all thought it was hot before we could climb into the cars. After that, it felt like air conditioning down in the pits.
So then, what was with the streamers during the feature event?
I went to Boone Nationals last year, Boone, and I noticed some of the
Boone.
Anyways, I went to Boone, and I seen some of these cars. Ryan Gustin was one of them that had these streamers coming off the back of the cars, and I've never seen that before, and I don't know how true it is or not, but I was told that when you have the streamers coming off the back of your car, that if you're the driver behind there, when we're all racing, we're all focused on what we're doing, trying to hit our marks on the track. Josh must have focused on hitting other cars. But anyways.
Thank God there's another driver in here.
Well, Andrew's getting a break this week.
Yeah.
So anyways, when the driver's behind you and you got streamers coming off the back of their cars, that tends to psychologically kind of play mind games with them because they think they're sheet metal or something like that. And it's hard to concentrate, with the task at hand, and are like, well, what the hell? And then honestly, I didn't have a chance to come up and tell you, but with Amy DeMay going through breast cancer, and we had the bright pink fluorescent tape, I was like, we'll call them the DeMay streamers or something like that, and it'd be kind of cool if we had some of the drivers autograph them and whatnot, but. After we raced, I got to look and I was like, yeah, we should have made them a little bit longer.
You should have waited until your race car was straight so you could have went faster. That was the wrong week to do it.
In the middle, at the beginning of the night, we really weren't that bad. We know what our problem was in the feature.
In the heat race, there was I don't remember who did it, but they just simply got into the corner a little bit wrong and came up right at you. And I have never seen a car move to the right so fast as you saw that car coming at you, and you just darted towards the wall. And I've never seen a car dart that fast, but you missed him and you missed the wall, and you dropped back a couple of positions. And after that, it seemed like you kind of just went, you know what? Screw it. I'm tired of wrecking. I'm running in the back. You
have to admit, Dane, I've had kind of a rough year this year. I was like, and you're absolutely right, because that happened in turn 2, and I was like, you know what? I'm in the A feature. My car's not wrecked. I ain't tearing up nothing more. I'm done. And how in the world my body is even being held onto my car is an act of God, because we have gray duct tape holding the wrap together. We have duct tape holding some of the body panels together. And now we got yellow streamers coming off the back of the car. And I don't have pink. Yeah.
They were pink.
I don't have a single straight rim anymore.
Handyman's secret weapon. It's a valuable commodity at racetracks on Friday and Saturday nights.
You look inside my car, I got toothpicks and JB Weld.
Well, this is turn 4, salvaged by Koziski Auto Parts. Get to Team PRP today. Air conditioner compressors are the hot items as everyone's are going down. They're blowing. Josh, you had yours go out in your dump truck. Get to Koziski Auto Parts today. Give Andrew a call or stop by in person. 50th and I Street. You can call him at 731-4592. Give him the make and model of your car. He'll track you one down. All you have to do is just go into the shop and grab it. Do you guys do the install, or is that a handyman's thing?
No, we'll take care of getting the part for him, but no
fully
install.
warranted and fully warranted, and with the Team PRP, that means you get premium recycled parts and you get all the lifetime warranties to make sure that you're getting a quality part. You're not just picking up some lemon off the junkyard.
Yeah, we're not going to give you junk.
Andrew will even autograph it for you.
They'll go and pick it for you, and then you can throw it in your car and save yourself not just a couple of bucks, but a lot of money. Those air compressors, I keep saying air compressors. Those AC compressors, expensive as heck when you get them out of a dealership or you get them out of an auto parts. So, Koziski Auto Parts, 50th and I Street, 731-4592. We're talking Silver Dollar Nationals and what happened this previous week on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at I-80 Speedway. Cannot wait for the Silver Dollar Nationals next year. I hope that I'll actually follow through on my word and get down there on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. But apparently, I missed it Friday night because I was busy working at my track, but some awesome racing on Friday night.
Friday night was great because that was the double qualifying, double heat races, which it started off the first night. The first heat race of the night, Bloomquist started last, and they went 4 wide, taking the green flag, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be impressive. And Burkhofer won both his heats, and Tyler Reddick, they were the only two that won both their heats. And then there was 8 other heat race winners around there. The modified feature was actually the best race. I'm not a big modified fan. I'm not going to lie, but USMTS, they can put on a show. And Ryan Gustin had the race won. The yellow came out, and I cannot think of the guy that won the race right now. But they went side by side for.
Was it Hughes?
Number 12.
Yeah, he's 12.
Yeah, okay. Them two went side by side for 13 laps straight, and Hughes beat Gustin, which Gustin is a huge name in the sport. So when Bud does something Ryan Gustin does, that's pretty impressive, Bud. I'm proud of you.
No.
There you go.
Wow.
You've upgraded.
Wow.
I've upgraded.
Good job, Bud.
Hey, the one thing I do want to mention, before we go into Saturday night's deal, how impressive was it at the Silver Dollar Nationals? A lot of our fans, we have really good drivers, Andrew, in the late models. You, Josh Most. A lot of people, honestly, I took it as a lot of the local people said a lot of our local boys weren't going to make the show at the Silver Dollar Nationals, and I was pleasantly surprised. Out of 35 cars, I bet you there was 12 locals in that show, and they all hung in there, and they all finished 80 laps.
Well, a lot of them did get provisionals, but 2 actually did make their way in. Chris Speaker started 5th row in the feature, and Bill Layton made the show. And I guess Kyle Burke also was one of the top, I think it was 16. Yeah, 16 cars made it through the heats, and they figured really none of them would, and 3 of them did, and then Travis Dickus, Justin Zeitner, they got provisionals. Collins, Wyorta, a lot of those guys did, and it was really cool. I mean, they didn't run like the Lucas Oil guys did, but what do you expect? I mean, those guys do it for a living. These guys do it on a weekend basis.
I'm going to put you on the spot right here. Of all the locals that made the feature event on Saturday, is there one local guy you're like, wow, really, that a boy? Because, I mean, even though they're good drivers, is there one of them that you thought maybe he should not have made the feature, or kind of shocked you by making the feature? I had one that I thought of, and he's one of my favorite late model drivers.
Honestly, I mean, Chris Simpson ran the best. He's not really a local guy, but he runs the bigger stuff around here. But Chris Speaker really shocked me starting 5th row of that feature. It was like, wow, he come from the back of his heat and got I think he got 2/3, but he started in the back of the one and then towards the front of the other. And I really didn't think Bill was going to make it through the heat, and he made it through.
Now, see, if you had to ask me, I would have said Bill Layton for sure is going to be in there. Travis Dickus, he's going to be in there. Kyle Burke, yes, he's going to be in there. Chris Speaker, he's going to be in there. The one guy that I didn't expect to see in there, and I thought it was really cool because he's one of my favorite local drivers to watch, the number 3, Mike Collins, the Council Tucky Flash. And if I remember, either he finished the whole race or he finished most of it.
Yeah, I think he pulled off later in the race. He was one of those that got one of the provisionals because they give away so many provisionals from races before. The top finisher in the race gets a provisional, and he made it through that. Jason O'Brien, I forgot he was in there because he won the race down at Corning. And I mean, yeah, it was pretty cool to see a lot of those guys back there giving it a shot. And I mean, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Just to finish 80 laps.
That's God.
Just wear out your stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I race 15 and 18 lap features, and half the time after 15 laps, okay, get me the hell out of this car. I'm done.
You need to go to the gym.
Yeah, I do. my wife would agree with you on that. But I can only imagine in that heat at those speeds, and how tired are you after 80 laps in 100-degree heat?
Well, have you done more than 50 laps?
Yeah.
I bet you the Chili Bowl's probably going to be pretty tiring having that car turn the whole
well,
time.
it all depends on if you got a good car or not. I mean, you can probably agree with that. When you got a good car, it's all right.
And I mean, that track was really kind of slow and it was pretty steady, so they didn't have to do too much jerking with the wheel. But I mean, even Bill came out of the car after 80 laps. He's never done that before, and he had his car set up totally wrong, which he'll tell you about that. But he said, he goes, I don't really feel that tired at all. I did a 40-lapper a couple weeks ago. He goes, and that was terrible compared to what that was. So
it's a mental thing.
Conditions. Yeah.
It's a lot of mental thing. I've ran a 500-lapper on pavement. And
let me tell you something about Josh Most. First time Josh Most is coming over to Joe's Karting, he's buying 1 or 2 30-minute endurance races on the track at Joe's. You're doing 120, 130 laps. Josh gets out of the car. He goes, hey, can I buy 300 laps? And we're like, what the hell are you smoking?
Why not?
I was like, good Lord.
I want the best deal. Come on.
I was going to say, was that kind of practice to – I guess you really don't – at your point, you don't need a lot of endurance practice, but was there anything involved in that with just kind of getting used to it, or did you just want to get the best deal possible?
Yeah, you just got to get the best bang for your buck. I mean, you're looking for the best deal. You go to the grocery store and buy the highest dollar a gallon of milk, or what?
No, I'm not going to buy the highest. I'm cheap.
Okay, well, you're looking for the best deal. I was just trying to get a good deal.
All I know is I get out of the race with them, I'm about ready to cry. My kneecaps feel like they're getting beaten by a Louisville slugger. My legs are tired. I'm tired. I'm sweating like a stuck pig. And Josh looks like he just got out of bed. He's like, I'm ready for more. Can I buy 500 laps or 300 laps?
Well, I can look at you two and see a pretty big health difference. But
Yeah, but
that's
I'm
a
20 years
story.
older than
That's
you.
a story for another day. So Silver Dollar Nationals, big success for you guys. Good to see a local track putting on a great event like that and having success with it at that. So congratulations to your dad and all the guys out at I-80 Speedway. I know when I was out there on Saturday night, everyone was happy. There wasn't big lines at the bathrooms. There wasn't big lines at the concessions. Everything was reasonably priced. It was easy to get in. It was easy to get drunk, and it was easy to get out. So I don't think you can get much better at racing than that.
That sounds like a good night after a bar closes.
Yep.
Easy to get in, easy to get out, and it was a good night.
We got about 40 seconds left. So what's the next big event for I-80 Speedway? Is it Cornhusker Classic?
I think that Charlie Clark's coming
Tonight.
up.
Sunday.
Tonight.
Yep, Charlie Clark.
Is coming up tonight at I-80 Speedway. So
Josh will be out there.
Yep.
Jesse
I'll be there.
sobbing.
okay, well,
Crazy,
maybe
crazy.
The boyfriend.
Wow,
I
maybe
might
I'll
race
have to-
against Jesse.
Ooh.
Jesse's
boy-
going to kick your ass.
Is the boyfriend?
We'll see about that.
You don't mess with his boyfriend.
Yeah. I might have to take him out. Show everybody he can get beat.
Oh, no.
No, I won't do
I got a
that.
feeling since Josh Most,
Sobbing will
hear that?
kick your ass.
I got a feeling
better
since,
not do that.
Yeah, if Josh Most takes Jesse sobbing out, he won't be welcome back on this show.
Yep.
There'll be some serious Facebook posting going on.
Keyboard commando wannabes.
All right, so the Cup boys are at the Brickyard 400 today. Can we get some predictions from you guys? Who do you think is going to win the Brickyard?
Clint Boyer.
Clint Boyer. Josh, who do you think?
Let's go Junior.
Junior?
Yeah, big
Andrew?
track.
I'm going to go with Case Kane's on a roll.
I'm going to go with
Yes.
hometown boy Tony Stewart. I think he's going to have it. The Brickyard 400, so I know it is an easy grab. So we'll see on next week who got what. Next week, for the next week's show, we're going to be talking with, and cue up the sound effects, guys. We're going to be talking with Chad Sanders.
Dude, man.
Come on.
Dude.
All of that will make sense. We
I let it all
appreciate
hang out at the Silver Dollar Nationals, man.
literally. That will all make more sense next week when we sit down with Chad Sanders. Thank you so much for joining us. Josh, thanks for coming to the studio. We appreciate it as always.
Yep, thanks.
Have a great season and have a great day, everybody. Enjoy the Brickyard 400. Enjoy the Charlie Clark Invitational
Memorial.
Memorial tonight at I-80 Speedway. This has
Watch.
been The Front Stretch. We'll see you at the track.